like a poll ranking.
Yeah, that'd be
I
kind of
think,
cool.
yeah.
And then because you have your Crunchyroll and everybody's watching stuff on there, that's who you want to have those. Man, that'd be. I mean, that's interesting. I
It's
wonder.
not like what was the other one? Is it the Oscars? Which one's the one where it's the
The
actors and
peers.
directors that vote for each other?
I don't.
It's the recent one that everybody's been giving them trash because Barbie didn't
Uh,
win, but Ken did.
oh, Oscars. Yeah,
Oscars,
it's
yeah.
the Oscars. The Academy Awards. Is that the Academy Awards? I think
Is it?
that's.
I can't
Wait, are
remember.
they're the same thing, right? Academy Awards is the Oscars. The Oscar is the actual statue that they win, but the show is the Academy Awards.
Yeah, the statue's the actual Oscar that they
Mm-hmm.
win.
And the Academy Awards is the actual like award ceremony thing. Yeah, so those are voted on by the actors and by like
Yeah, the actors
people
and the
who.
directors.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like for I watch a lot of stuff on Netflix. I wish they would send me out like a little list or like, hey, vote for your favorite Netflix show. Like, don't they want to hear from me? I'm the one that's watching it. Come on now.
Hey, vote for which show you want us to keep and not get rid of. That's what they need to do. You
Yeah,
keep getting
dude,
rid of shows.
don't cancel my show that I was watching. It's not gonna get a second season or a third season or something like that. And I'm like, I was watching that. What the heck?
It's like always, like you always ask me if I'm still watching. Yes, it's
Yeah,
like I
don't
would be
ask me
watching
again.
if you didn't take it away.
I was watching. Now I don't want to anymore because you keep asking. You know what? I didn't do my vocal exercises. Blah, 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 blah. Hey,
Blah,
by
blah,
the
blah, blah.
way,
Yeah.
how does my mic sound when you do the editing and you listen back to it? Is my mic okay, or do I need to
Yours
do
sounds
a?
good. I
Mm-hmm.
usually adjust mine.
Yeah,
It's because
because
I
it's a
like.
little too loud or too.
No, I kind of got to raise it on my end just because of where I have my mic. Because I just
Mm,
kind of have like a little the stand it came with was not like an actual stand, so I have to
yeah,
like
yeah. You're
like
like
kind of be up on it.
leaning on it, leaning on it.
Like
You get.
because I could turn it up, but it'll like it's a good mic because it captures a lot of the background when I turn it up. So I have to
Oh
like
yeah.
turn it down and then get close to it. Because if I turn it up, we'll get a lot more of the background noise of all the stuff
Hey,
going on outside.
here's a little thing that I learned. It's like licking an ice cream cone. That's how close you want that mic.
All right, in three, two, and one. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Pod. It's me, Joangel, with my co-host Sal, and we are here to bring you some love today because this is the week of Valentine.
Dude, I just got it.
Just
Holy
got
moly.
it.
Jo-
Yeah,
you're
Valentine's Day
you're
is on
like
Wednesday. Don't forget, bro.
you're like Moriarty and on the Sherlock Holmes story. He's
I'm
just
one
like
step
five
ahead.
steps. No, you're like 6 steps. You're like
I'm 6 steps ahead, and I'm confusing myself.
I'm writing down right now. Buy flowers.
Bye, bye.
Buy flowers.
Siri,
Now
set
that
a
you reminded
reminder.
me. Siri, set a reminder. I gotta buy flowers. Call Joe Angel to remind me to be to, to be. Whoa, Siri, no.
She heard me. She
Yeah.
knew.
Oh, dude, you just spent $160 on
Oh my
flowers.
gosh. No.
Oh my
Oh man.
gosh.
And guys, to spread the story of love, we're actually going to talk about my love story. Not my love
Oh,
story, but the show, My Love
m-
Story.
if this is your love story, Joe Angel,
This is my
I, I'm watching. Uh,
watching it.
should I give us a little synopsis before we
Give us
start?
a synopsis. Yeah.
Let's see here. Takeo?
Takeo.
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 Yeah.
Okay, Takeo helps a girl who is being harassed on a train. He doesn't expect her to see her again, but when then she shows up again, he thinks she likes his best friend who's extremely attractive and not him. That is it. Takeo. They bury it, by the way. Once again, these synopses are very vague, too vague almost. I'm like, give me a little bit more. Mention the fact that he is a 40-year-old man with two kids, a wife, an ex-wife, alimony, and he's a giant of a man. He's like the size of a room.
Dude, he is so cute.
He's like, I think they come in on him. Are they in the ninth grade?
Yeah, no. So the way kind of school works in Japan is they kind of have like the junior high thing.
Hmm.
So like I think elementaries is roughly would be like I think kindergarten or first grade up to like
Okay.
sixth grade, and then
Okay.
the junior high, which would be seventh, eighth, and ninth.
Okay.
Then the high school, which would be 10th, 11th, and 12th, because it's kind of like first year, second year, third year stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I went to a school like that in a different state, and yeah, they had it broken up like that too. So he's graduating from the
Middle
junior high
school and
going,
going into high school.
oh, and they
He's just towering over everybody.
he's towering, he's huge. And the funny thing is, you're watching and they just like do the overdub like narration and it comes from him. He's like, I'm Takio Goda,
Go
but
to.
he's got he's got the deepest, most graveliest. He's got sideburns. He goes, I'm graduating ninth grade. I was like, bro, you are not.
You graduated ninth grade in 1957.
He's the biggest man of all time. He's got sideburns.
Oh, dude, those sideburns are the goaded.
He's got lip fillers. He's got Botox.
He's got
They're like
everything.
he's got them glossy. He's got a high top fade. I mean, the man. He's a straight up man. He's a full grown man, full time job, taking smoke breaks between class and recess. I was rolling on this, man. This show is freaking hilarious, man. I was just like, what is this show? Like, also, it looks really good. I won't
Yeah,
pass that up.
nah, this
My,
the animation on this is really good.
it's
Like,
solid, it gives me like Comey Can't Communicate kind of vibes a little bit too. With kind of like a little bit of it's not as good as the animation, but like it's got some of that real bright coloring and the real bright lighting and the drawings are really good. It's got that, and it also has a little bit of that, like, of course we're at school again, Joe Angel. Joe
oh,
Angel.
that's cool.
We always at school. And you
Gotta
know
be
what
at
else I
school
saw? We
with
hadn't seen in a while. Cherry blossoms. Hadn't seen
cherry
cherry blossoms.
blossoms.
You gotta have the cherry blossoms. You're at school, cherry blossoms, and an awkward, soon to be 10th grader. And I was like, he's got those lip filler and the Botox. And I go, what did this man do? Like, what is he like? Did he get those filled up? But then we go to a flashback, and he's a flashback as a kid, and he's with his best friend.
Still got those lips.
He's still got the lips. They're real. I wrote down, these lips are real. The sideburns are new. He's always had these lips, though. He grows up to be a straight up Street Fighter character. I'm like, the guy is like probably 7 foot tall, 6 foot tall. Like, he's enormous.
He's a
And
giant. He's literally he's like 8 feet tall.
he's 8 feet tall. And just like, it's funny because they juxtapose him with like with the rest of his friends, and they're all standing around talking about how they're gonna miss each other, and they're all crying, and he's all big and crying too. But he's like an ogre. He's like a big, which by the way, okay, maybe you could shed some light onto it. But he's at the very beginning of the show, they start off with this like story, like a crazy mythical background story of like a red ogre and a
Yeah.
blue ogre. And am I gonna find, because after the show, I still don't quite feel like they like sewed that up or like explained. I mean, I kind of was kind of getting something like maybe this will flesh out, but do you know, or did I miss something?
So it's just like a it's symbolism
Mm-hmm.
for Takeo and his best friend Sunakawa.
Yeah, so he's the red ogre and his
Yeah.
best friend's the blue ogre, and the blue ogre's like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself so that
Yeah.
you
I'm
can.
gonna do this so you can have friends because I know you want friends, but people don't want to be your friend because of how you look. But I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this because I know you want friends and I know you're a good person.
Oh, what's his friend's name again?
Sunakawa.
Sunakawa. Okay, so like at the beginning of the show, there's this voice over about this little, red ogre who's wants to be friends, but everybody's afraid of him because he looks like an ogre. And then this blue ogre comes out of nowhere and he goes, I'm gonna go down there, attack this village, and you're gonna go take me out, and then everybody in the village is gonna like you because you saved the day, and you're gonna have friends. And so I mean, I didn't see it happen in this episode. Like that didn't happen yet, I don't think. I don't think.
You'll see it across the
I think
season.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll happen. Okay. Oh man, it's I'm cracking up because like he's watching his friend just like be effortlessly loved by everybody. And he kind of goes back and he sees everybody like he's been friend with this guy forever and everybody loves him. And Takeo has to just kind of watch. And he's always like, well, of course, everybody always loves him. And I'm always playing second fiddle to the guy until he runs into this girl that he kind of like saves on the train.
Saves heroically to the most devious deed that's being done.
You know how I know he's devious, Joe Angel?
How?
He's wearing a sweater that has the number 69 on it. Okay.
Yeah,
The most devious of numbers. Okay.
dude, devious. If you're
You
if you're trying not to be devious, that's one way not to do because that makes you devious.
r- red flag. Red flag.
Red
The guy
flag
tries to
automatic.
he grabs the guy and he like straight up socks him in the face. Then he like carries him to the police and he's like, "This man was groping this young girl." And he's like, "No, I didn't." I go, bro, you're wearing a shirt that says 69 on it, okay?
Look at your face. Look at your
Look
hair.
at your face. Look at your sweater. Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Bad guy. And what's the girl's name? I forget her name. I didn't write it down.
Rinko. So it'll be
Rinko.
Rinko Yamamoto.
Okay. Yurinko is at first he's thinking the whole time.
Yeah,
Takeo's like, okay, she's around here and there. He notices or he thinks he sees her like kind of checking out his friend.
yeah,
And he's like, okay, I get it. You're not here for me. You're here for my friend. But we can. And she's being nice.
yeah.
She
Same
like,
story because it's stuff that's happened to him before. Which I don't know if we talked about it, but yeah, like the beginning after they graduate, he's going to confess a girl, but the girl's confessing to his friend, and his friend turns her down. And then
oh
we get the
yes,
whole, hey, girls have always been attracted to him, and it's like every girl he likes has been attracted to his friend, but his friends always turn him down.
yeah. And he makes him cry all the time
Yeah,
because he's like, you're ugly or you're stupid or I don't like you or something like that. And he's like, be
super
nice to
savage.
girls. Yeah, so savage. The guy. He has not been able to find anybody as beautiful as he is, so he keeps turning them down. And oh, Yurinko comes back with a cheesecake for them to have because she was like, "Hey, thanks for saving me. I made us a cake." And I think no, they have the cake together, right?
Yeah,
To kind of thank him for.
yeah. Because she shows up because when he punched that dude in the face, he did it in front of a cop.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he gets suspended from school.
Yeah, he gets suspended. So he's just at the house, and Suna shows up, and they're just chilling. And then we get that's when we get Yamamoto shows up, and he's all like, "Oh hey," that's when she's like, "Hey, I came to thank you" and stuff like that. And that's when we get the idea from him that he's like, "Oh, she's here for him." It's like, same old story. That's cool. He's like, "At least I got cake."
Yeah. By the way, like he has they have these very like exaggerated, emotional and romantic scenes, and he's like kind of almost he's very much in his head like all the time, kind of like all this like he's got like a story going on in his head all the time. And when they switch to that, they have this like romantic piano, and he's but he's not seeing it. Like he's just like everybody else around him
Yeah.
just sees him staring. He's just staring, but he's off in his he's like fantasizing and all this stuff.
He's off in his own
And
little world.
which reminds me, like the music is so cool. I love the little romantic piano and just the regular piano. It's got like kind of an orchestral, like orchestra kind of music to it. It's really well done, man. Like that's why it's kind of like getting that Comey Can't Communicate vibes because it's like the music is really good. It's really well placed. The drawings are really good. Like it's all very well animated. The only thing I didn't like, Joe Angel, you ready for this?
Go for
Macaroons. Have you ever had a macaroon?
it.
I'm not a
Yes,
fan.
I have.
I don't know.
It's
Maybe I
it,
had bad ones. Did I have a bad one?
it's like the one of the most like ridiculously meticulous and hard dessert to make,
Yeah.
but it has
Yeah.
the most simplest ingredients because they have it's like egg whites. It's like I think three ingredients to make the
Uh-huh.
cookie itself. I think, but
Yeah.
you have to do it like in a specific order in a specific way to get the actual effect for the macaroon cookies. Like if you
Maybe
miss a single step or do something a little out of order, like it throws the whole thing.
she brings him some macaroons after they had the cheesecake, and he's like loving the cheesecake, never had anything like it. Then he's loving these macaroons because he's never had anything like it. And then like she's gonna thank him again, and she's gonna make some sort of Austrian chocolate cake, which I'm
Yeah,
guessing she loves to bake and she's really good at it. But I'm gonna use a little term that we talked about earlier.
Go
Joanna.
for
It's macaroons are mid, bro. Come on, man. Macaroons are
it.
mid, bro. They don't after all that work they do, they don't taste as good as they look. They look better than they taste. But man, I wonder
He's just loving it.
he is, but I was like, I think he's just blinded by how much he loves her, man.
Yeah.
Like anything she makes is gonna be like 100.
Oh, it's gonna be no cap, and this is peak.
It is. Every one of those desserts has been peak for the man. You know what I'm saying? Like he is. And by the way, once again, the man has no riz either.
No,
No riz. Though he did muster up the courage to ask her, "Hey, you know what? Can you make me another cake? Because
yeah,
I like your cakes."
I like your case. So
Oh,
like, oh hey, hold up, hold up. What are you talking about, dog?
yeah, yeah, dude. You you choke, okay? But what is this show? What is this show? Who is
This
this
is a
demographic?
shojo.
Okay, this is the shoujo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because there is a at the very end, near the end. It's near the end, not the very end. She comes running back to him. She's like running hard to try to find
Yeah.
him or something, like sweating, breathing hard, and she's trying to tell him. She's telling him something. What did she tell him?
She's asking him for his emails so she can contact
That's
him.
right. They have this really like exaggerated, crazy exchange where he's like, she wants his email so that she can like
Yeah.
get a hold of him so that whenever she makes this new cake, this other cake, and she could tell him about it. And he writes it down on a piece of paper like he's from, like he's a
Yeah.
40-year-old man, actually.
Yeah. Writes everything down on paper.
But the sounds she makes, Jones, you watch this in dub or sub?
I watched it both.
Okay. Is it the same? Are these
It's
sounds
crazy.
are these sounds the same, Joey? She is putting on the like the most sensual sound.
Yeah. If you thought that was watch the sub.
Okay. It's wild. I'm like, okay, she is out of breath, but she's not that out of breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's hot, but not from running.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? I go, this is not for kids. The sounds that she's making, I'm just like, I'm glad nobody is here, or if like somebody was in the other room and they were listening to, like, they'd be like, what the heck are you watching in there?
What do you do?
What are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching my love story right
I'm
in front
watching
of
my
my.
little story. Okay.
This show seems it's very relatable, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
I feel like we've all kind of been there. Like this, we've all been Takio a little bit, where it's just like, oh, it's caught in a love triangle, or either you're always the
Just
person
kind of
the
like,
odd man out,
yeah, odd man out, or just like oblivious to stuff.
or being overlooked, or just kind of like, yeah, somebody you like a person, and that person like somebody else that you are really close to,
Yeah.
and it's just like kind of being slighted, and you really feel for that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You right now, do you think he doesn't know? He still doesn't know that she is into
He's
him,
not getting it.
right?
He's like he's still thinking like, oh, she's all about Suna.
Hmm.
He's like, so I'm gonna do what I can to help her with that. But Suna
Yeah,
knows. Like Suna knew right off the back, like that she's actually in the
yeah,
tie. And
right,
he's
because
just
that's,
like, bruh.
yeah, like, do open your eyes.
Yeah. Which
Oh
I love, like the
man.
little stuff they do for Suna, where like they don't have him talking, but they just have the words like over his head.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like he just he doesn't say anything, but I guess there's like a knowing look.
Yeah,
Instead of just kind of like, this guy does not get it. Like, or hey, I think she's actually into him. He doesn't say it out loud. They just kind of have these words. Which I love this once again the illustration and the way they switch from face to face, because they move her to like a chibi face, or like they just like scratch like red blush over her entire
yeah,
face, and she just has like dots and a smile for for a face. It's starting to really grow on me. Like it really,
the little like tidbits they do.
yeah, yeah, it is as funny as, like as they want it to be. Like you could swing for the fences for that kind of thing to see if it's gonna land or not, or if that's gonna be funny. And I don't know how they know that's gonna be funny or not, or maybe they draw it and they go, "Oh, dude, that looks hilarious. You
Yeah,
should put that in the show," because it is funny. Like I don't know how you do that, because like with the sitcom or with comedy just in general, you need to have the audience respond. Like I'm
yeah,
gonna make a joke and we need you to think that this is funny, and I can hear you like laugh at it, so then I know, okay, that's funny. I'm gonna write that down. But like this, you do the little drawing or like the animation or the way they like move around, and how do they know that's going to be funny or not? I don't know, Jojo, but it is. It
There's a
is
formula
funny.
somewhere that somebody has where they all
Yeah, there's a formula, the algorithm out
the
there.
algorithm. That's what it is.
You put in the words and the pictures, and then the AI tells you this is hilarious.
They got the. Did you ever watch She Hulk? Did you
Yes,
finish
I
that?
did. I did.
It's the end episode where
Oh,
she's
yes.
talking to Kevin.
Yes, Kevin Feige, who's just like a
A robot.
robot AI.
That's what they have, bro. They have the robot AI telling them, "All right, do this, this, and this. This will make this hilarious. People
You
will
know,
laugh and like it."
I wonder, I haven't seen any AI jokes. Has anybody like asked AI to go, "Hey, make me a funny joke. Write me a funny, original funny joke." Like, can it do it?
I don't know. We'll see it.
There's
Gotta
got to
see
be
it.
a formula. There's got to be a formula. And you know what? This show has figured it out.
Oh yeah.
It's it's
Oh
hilarious,
yeah.
dude. You got any background on this?
ID.
Oh, wait,
I
wait.
do.
I got one more thing.
What do you
Okay, so for you out there who haven't seen this show, and we're talking about how big this man is and how he's a grown dang man, his voice, is it the same? Is it the same from, or how close is it from sub to dub?
It's pretty close. Like it's so
It's pretty
deep.
cl-
Yeah.
so like imagine his voice, if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Dynamite, there's a character who teaches Rex Kwon Do. Do you remember the guy on there? That's his voice. He's like, forget about it.
You think
He's
you
got
got
that
Scarlet
voice.
Wood
He's like,
by not wearing these bad boys?
forget about it.
Forget about it.
That's that's Taki, right? Yeah, that's his voice. He's like, I'm just a regular kid. I'm just a regular 12-year-old
I would
kid.
say in the intro, in the beginning sequence, they do make reference. They do play around with it when
Hmm.
they have a reference to King Kong
Oh, do they? I don't know if I
on the
noticed
Empire
that.
State Building.
Okay, now I get it.
So
Dude, yeah, he
reference that.
is.
That's like they're making fun of how big he is by using that.
Oh my gosh. There is also a reference in the show in the middle of it. They're like, "Excuse me, sir." Like, and they think that he's like a grown man because he's like outside protecting the school
Oh
from
yeah,
like devious people. And the police call him. They're like, "There's some creepy old man
yeah.
up
There's a
here."
creep. Yeah, because I think Suna told him that there's a creep going around like picking
Trying
on
to get
kids or
kids.
something.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I don't like that. I'm gonna go stand in front of the elementary school so I can make sure the kids are safe.
Yeah.
But the way
Yeah.
he looks, he's just staring people down, and everybody thinks he's a guy.
Yeah, he is. He's actually the creep. He's
Yeah.
like, no, no, I'm trying to protect him. But he's like, I'm a 12-year-old kid. I just look like a man.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of love stories, so let's get into the background. So
Hmm.
this started out as a manga, but this has kind of like a team effort. So it was written by Kazume Kawahara and it was illustrated by Aruko. So it has a writer and an illustrator.
I never really thought about this, Joe Angel, but these guys that do the manga, a lot of them are the illustrator and the writer.
Yeah, for the most part, like when they start out writing and illustrating,
Uh-huh.
and then once they get picked up by like studio stuff, sometimes
Somebody else to
they'll
kind
get
of,
like a team almost, especially when they
okay.
get like into like Weekly Shonen Jump, like they'll have like a team, they'll have somebody doing the lining, somebody doing tone work, somebody doing backgrounds, just to help keep the process up going because they have to meet those deadlines. But for the most part, like when it's just something like this, they'll have like someone who's the writer writing the story, and then someone who does all the drawing stuff.
I've never really thought about it. I never really thought about like how talented you'd have to be because not only is it very difficult to be like a good writer, but also to be able to like have the ability to draw like really well too. It's a lot to ask for, like that's a double, you're a double threat.
Double threat, bro. They're double hitters all
With
day.
double hitters all day, which makes me think too, completely off subject, but not really. Old man, he passed away a couple years. He's got the MCU.
Stanley.
Stan Lee. Did Stan Lee do all the drawings when he was, or was he
Yeah,
just the writer?
I think it was both.
You think he
Cause
was both?
yeah, yeah. Like
Uh-huh.
he had a whole thing where he talked about it was one of the interviews he was talking about like doing like don't let anybody tell you can't do something
Uh-huh.
because when he had first brought up Spider-Man, the publishers and stuff, their editor was like, oh no, that's not gonna work at all. But he put him in Amazing Fantasy. I can't remember the number, but he put him in one of the
Hmm.
Amazing Fantasy stories, and now Spider Man's like a fan
The
favorite.
number.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
that's
huge.
I don't know why I never really put that together that he was like would be both the illustrator and I mean it just goes to say like these guys they're on another level, you know. We want to like undercut it and go, "Oh, that's for kids." You know, a
Yeah,
lot of people that I know that you tell them that, you know, "Have you seen anime? Have you watched any anime?" And they're like, "Ah, that's cartoons for kids." And you're like,
yeah,
"No, these guys are artists, dude. They're like artists, they're talented.
yeah.
They're
There's
like
actual like story and
yeah.
plot like that gets deep.
They're like, yeah, they're modern day poets or writers, you know, that we should be in awe of, especially if they can come up with crazy stuff like this. All right, go on. Go on.
All right. And so when it started out, so it started out as kind of like a one shot,
Hmm.
it started out as like a 100-page special in Besatsu Margaret's Sister, which is like a web comic thing. And then
Okay.
that came out, they came out in October of 2011. And it did good. So they serialized it in Besatsu Margaret, the big name one,
Hmm.
Basetsu, in April of 2012. And
Dang, this
so,
is older than I thought. Does this have a lot of episodes? Did you tell me that this is still ongoing? No.
no, that was the last one.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
that
one,
was the
so the
last one.
manga
I'm
came
lost.
to an end in September of 2016.
That's help me with the math here. 5 years?
That's about five, no, 4 years.
4 years? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dude,
pretty good run.
it pretty good run, and
Yeah.
also it doesn't feel old either. Like that's the great thing about these animes is that like they don't really feel too dated. You know, like they may be classic or whatever, but like it doesn't feel old or it doesn't feel
Yeah.
like oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's like a
except
timeless classic almost.
yeah, it's kind of yeah, it still holds up. Um, there is something about the cherry blossoms. Are cherry blossoms still in animes now? I don't
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah. Cherry blossoms are big. Yeah, because
They're still
that's
out
like
there.
a
There's
big staple in Japan.
in Japan, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's
on
like
every
it's like
corner.
barbecue to Texas.
Yeah, mesquite trees of
Tree.
Texas,
Yeah.
cactus in the desert. Okay,
Yeah.
that's our
All
anime
right.
cherry blossom.
Cherry Blossom. And then the manga actually won the 37th Kodansha Manga Award for Best Shoujo of 2013. So
Is
yeah,
Kadasha like
Kodansha's like a publisher. It's like one of the main publishers,
yeah? So
like
they
the
host
parent
their
company
own.
almost.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah. And so the
That's
anime came out in April of 2015.
I saw that. You know, I try not to. You know, I told you in the last episode that I'm trying not to like read the synopsis, and I'm trying not to like look at when this came out until the very end. And after I turned the show off and started writing down the synopsis, I was like, 2015, dude, this show feels like it came out like last year, which makes me think. You know, I told you this feels kind of like Comey Can't Communicate. It's got some sort of eyes. I wonder if there's like a some sort of inspiration or if they kind of felt this, you know, had the
Yeah,
same kind of feel, you
same
know?
kind of feeling,
Mm-hmm.
vibe,
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Yeah, the vibe, the feel.
And so it ran from April to September 2015. So there's only one season so far.
Really?
Yeah.
So far, do you think they're gonna try to make a? I mean, they have more source
Yeah.
material to make
So,
more.
and that's the thing, because the anime covered about 34 chapters of the manga, roughly.
Okay,
And
it's
so,
wild to think that this would win an award and it just like only have one season.
which, I mean, that's kind of it's just one of those things that a lot of anime will run into
Mm-hmm.
where, like, it'll, like, some of them, they'll, like, be good, they'll win an award. But for some reason, like, when it comes time for renewal, like, the studios are just like, we're working on something else. We'll come back to that maybe.
Man,
And yeah. And it's
stop
just
can
like,
once again, stop canceling my stuff. You know, like I'm watching this show and then the production company is like, nah. But then the public, right? Is the
yeah.
general public like, hey, we actually like this show. I wish they'd make another season of it.
I mean,
It's
there's that
got
because I've like was going through everything, and because there's so the first season contains 24 episodes. So those 24
mm-hmm,
episodes, like I said, covers about 34 chapters of the manga, and so there's still some stuff left over for them to make a second season. But
mm-hmm.
like I said, it was just it ended, and then the studios just kind of put it up, hung it up. And we were like, we're gonna work on some other stuff, and then
Just
whatever
never came
happens,
back to it.
happens. So maybe once like the rights go up, maybe
Mm-hmm.
somebody else can pick it up. either reanimate it and adapt the whole manga or keep it going because this, like I said, it came out and ended before the manga ended itself because the manga
Hmm.
ended in 2016 and this came out in 2015. So maybe another series can pick it up and redo it. Hopefully,
Maybe if somebody's listening to this right now, they go, "Hey, man, remember Anime Me?
yeah,
They said that
anime.
that show was awesome."
Get the guys who did Komi Kid Communicate. Have them listen to this. Tell them we're looking for them. We need them to
tell,
animate this,
tell them, yeah,
reanimate it.
I'll help adapt it and everything, bro. I have so much time on my hands. I got so much time.
So,
Like I got 30 minutes in a week. I can do this.
and which is crazy too because this has a live action movie.
Does it really?
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that, Jones. I was like, I'm thinking, how would this, is it still going to be funny? Am I going to watch, or am I going to be more sad? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
in the cartoon, it's fine. It's funny to laugh at him, but then you see a real life person and you see him like kind of, yeah,
So
I don't know. No, I think it could be funny.
it's it's
Did you
good.
see any of it? Did
Yeah,
you
I
watch
watched
it?
it. Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, is it a movie or a,
So yeah, it's like it's a movie. So it covers up to I think I would say probably episode probably 10 maybe. Cuz it kind of it changed some stuff
uh-huh.
since it's a movie. So they
Mm-hmm.
kind of like condensed some of the story and they kind of changed some stuff here and there like how they met that got changed,
Mm-hmm.
changed aspects of the storyline, like him confessing and Suna like being, hey, she's into you kind of vibe, like, hey, why aren't you paying attention to she actually likes you, to her like trying to like, I guess, doing all the stuff like all the food and stuff, feeding him.
Yeah.
Like that's still kind of prominent, but it changed places of where it happens. And but the way he the guy that got to play him looks
Did,
hilarious.
did they cast a 35-year-old man?
He looks 35. He might have been 40. Those
But
sidebirds were
they
40 for sure.
they get a big guy to play this dude. Like, is
So
he like
it's not as
towering?
exaggerated that it is in anime. Because in
Right.
anime, compared to her, she's Frodo compared to Gandalf.
Yeah, he is King Kong
Yeah,
and she is like a tiny little rag doll.
yeah, yeah. It's not as exaggerated. He's probably like maybe a foot or so taller than her.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Which it's okay still. It's fine.
it's fine. Yeah, like I said, I liked it. It's fine. They just, like I said, they changed those kind of like where the places landed. She had black hair in this, and
No. Well,
so
she has
yeah,
to be redheaded, bro. Got it.
which I don't think she's
Don't
red.
do
I
it.
think it's like
What is she?
it's a mix of like red and like very light brown.
Brown. Yeah, yeah. She's it's what we call in the business Auburn. I don't know what
Auburn,
business it is.
boom,
Auburn.
Auburn.
One of the business.
But yeah, but
I
it's just stuff like that.
should I give it a shot? The show, the movie, this movie. How would I
You have to
find
find
this?
it. You
It's a
got to
little
dig.
place called Pirates Bay. Okay, is
Pirates.
that still open? That's how old I am. Back at, I don't even.
It's a little. It's a little place called. Oh my gosh, what is that other one? LimeWire.
Limeware. It's a little place called E-Bombs World. It's
What
the poor man's
was
YouTube.
the other one? Napster.
Napster.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking about.
we gone way back.
Way.
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, I think I could see this. I'm trying to think of anything that I would see that I would consider like live action that would feel the same way. And if it was also funny but not, I feel like maybe Seth Rogen plays this character, like he's kind of a big, kind of burly, heavy sounding man.
Yeah.
He's not big anymore, but like
Yeah, yeah. When he first started out,
right, like
not
he
the
is.
not the handsomest guy in the bunch, but
Right, right. But he's also, like he's endearing
yeah.
and he can play sweet and stuff. Yeah, I could see a live action of this. I would watch it. I'd watch this. Did it come out like immediately after or during?
So it came out in October of 2015.
Dang, so like the same year, like, right? I
Yeah, so it was
mean,
like as soon as the anime ended, the live action came out.
it just still blows my mind. It just still blows my mind that they just like go all in. They
If you want to see, you could watch the trailer on YouTube and see
okay,
how
I'll
they
find.
look.
And then get in them comments and be like,
Boom.
"Yo,
Yeah.
where that link at, bro?"
Where the link? Don't.
I'm
No,
willing to pay.
we can't say sneak link. That's a totally different thing.
No, 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 no. That's not for real. That's not. I'm just joking around. I pay for everything I got.
Yeah, I got it. You hear that? We're paying.
You hear that? You hear that? AI, internet's no stealing here.
But I would say if Netflix ever did one, I would say probably The Rock. Give The Rock hair and sideburns
Uh,
because he's massive. We need a massive man.
that that would be really funny actually if he played like a 12-year-old and he was like, I'm just a kid just like you guys, but he's not. Ah, dude, that. But then also it wouldn't be because then he'd be a grown man, and then there's a 12-year-old girl, you know. They would.
We had to get
I don't
like
know.
it had to
You
be
have to
The
like
Rock
a
and Jenna
grown.
Ortega.
Yeah, yeah, where she's like, how I don't know how old she is. She's like 20 or something
Yeah,
like that. And so like, so then it's not weird, and so she just plays younger. But
yeah.
then it is still weird. Ah, I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. I've gone cross-eyed. I don't know if we can have this,
Oh,
like now I'm thinking about how problematic it is. In a cartoon, it's fine because we like suspend all, belief and go, he is just a massive 12-year-old. But
oh
if you're
yeah.
trying to do a live
He's a high
action,
schooler. Yeah,
he's
that
yeah,
that
he's a
checks
high
out.
schooler. Yeah, that's fine. It's just like he's just grown. But then like if you were to do a live action, then you go, okay, we're gonna have to cast a big 40-year-old man and his love interest is a small 12-year-old girl. No,
We
Joe
just got to
Angel,
do
don't do
what
it.
was it? Either give the beginning Tom Hanks big vibes,
Oh,
or
yeah,
get
I
the
mean,
what was the Robin Williams one where he was
Jack.
Jack? Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
reverse
crying
aging.
for both of those are sad, bro. See, do you
Wait,
see what
wait,
I'm saying?
didn't
Was there?
Brad do one?
Oh, that's the he grows in reverse.
He's getting older, but his body's getting smaller.
Yeah, he's like he goes from old he's born an old man and then turns into like a baby. What is that show called? What is that
I
movie?
can't
Oh
remember what.
gosh. I'm not gonna look it up. You know what? I'm done with like looking things up on the internet when I can't find out what it is. I've got to exercise that part of my brain that goes,
Get
this
gotta
is
get this
it.
memory working again.
You got to get that memory working again. And I don't know what part of the brain that is because I can't remember. And I'm not going to look it up. I'll ask somebody maybe.
I'm gonna ask Jeeves.
You do.
Yeah.
Joe Angel, they're going to find out how old we are and we're going to be canceled, okay? With comments like that. Jeeves is retired. He died from old age, bro. He's been replaced by AI.
Oh man! All right, well, man, let's get into some guac talk.
Let's guac talk this one. Dude, I like the show a lot. It's super funny. Um, it is semi-relatable. It's sweet. It was a slice of life
Slice of life rom com.
rom-com, we're all about those kind of things. How many episodes did you say this was?
24 episodes.
24 episodes. So is that just like a full season?
Yeah, like I said, it's just the one season, 24.
This is back in 2015 when every show had to have 24 episodes. I
Yeah.
mean, it didn't,
Oh yeah, man.
we're talking Lost. We're talking the show 24 itself.
24. Yeah, 24.
Friends. Back when all these shows were still on.
X
Now we moved to
Files.
X-Files. They all
Dude,
had to
X
have
Files
like,
was ridiculous because it was 24 and they're all an hour long.
oh my gosh, how'd they do it, dude? Like we're working real hard back in the day. Now they're like, give them 10 episodes. And you know what?
Give them
Let's
10. Give them
make them 30.
6.
Make it 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get in and get out. I got things to do.
Yeah, we got stuff to do. I gotta go pick up the kids. I still gotta wash the dishes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm over here trying to bake some macaroons, and that
Yeah.
takes forever. I like it, man. It's pretty funny. I'm gonna give it. Let's see here. How many macaroons, Joe Angel?
How
From
many
one to
macaroons
10.
are you eating?
1 to 10 macaroons. Even though I don't like them too much. But maybe you know what? Maybe I need to find the right kind.
You need to find the right one.
I'm gonna go 7 macaroons. 7, Joe Angel. What are
Seven.
you gonna get? What do you get? How many macaroons you giving this bad boy?
I'm giving this bad boy a 9. 9 macaroons.
Wow, you've also watched more of it too.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Oh gosh, I mean, yeah, I mean, like if you okay, and it
Listen,
obviously gets better.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Like I said, I liked
it's
it.
already
I like how it went.
starting.
I like how it goes. This was my
It's
vibe.
good. Mm-hmm.
I felt like Takeo at some points in my life.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I was this is I mean like y'all don't know Joe Bengals here, but I mean I've known Joe Angel forever, and the man's always had a mustache. Okay, so
Always had the stash.
Joe Angel's always had a mustache ever since he was a little kid. So
I was
you
born
know
with
he's
it.
you were you were Brad Pitt in that one movie we
I
can't
was
figure out.
in that
Oh
one
my
movie.
gosh. I tried to sneak up on it. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna just get there and start talking, and then
It's
like
gonna come to
I'm
me. It's gonna come to me right here.
I, I guess I got nothing. I still got nothing. I still lost. The people who are listening to this are yelling the movie at us right now.
Uh,
We
they're in the
can't hear it.
comments blowing it up right now.
Just blow it up. Blow up them comments with what movie. I'm not gonna look it up either. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm gonna let you guys tell me. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna finish it. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, tell me, dude, it's good. It's worth it.
Okay.
The end
Okay.
of it, it gets pretty crazy.
Oh man, so good. I don't understand still, like, because you always tell me like this thing follows like 34 chapters of
Yeah.
the manga, but I'm like, I don't know how that breaks down. Like, is it just like is it just up to the producers or the writers or whatever like that? How much they're squeezing? Like,
Yeah,
not
so it all
every
depends on how,
chapter.
like, when it starts to get animated,
Yeah,
like
it's not
how
like the.
far the manga is. Like if the manga is done and they like it got picked up after it got done, then hey, we
Hmm.
know what we're working with, and it gets into that George R. R. Martin situation where we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go with it. But
Okay, okay,
as
so
long as like depending on, so it all starts on when they actually start animated it, because like I said, this started towards the tail end of the manga. So they had a certain amount that they could go with,
uh-huh.
and they I guess when they get together, they pick out, hey, where we're gonna animate. We're gonna take all the way up from chapter 1 to chapter 34, and we'll use that as the basis for the first season, and then see how well that does. If the anime does well, they'll continue it. If the manga's still going,
Hmm.
kind of like how One Piece is. They're just kind of going back and forth, having the manga go, then come in and animated it, go and come and animated it. Um, or they'll do like little side quests, side stories, like the filler episodes, speech
Hmm.
episodes. They give the manga time to go along so they can, all right, let's get back to the story, where it's going to go and stuff like that.
You know what I just realized is I think maybe Joe Angel, I need to find a manga on Viz manga. Is it Viz manga? What is it?
Viz manga app. Hey, this one is on there.
So like if I were to read one and then watch an anime and just I just need to see how much of the source material they put into each episode. Like is it a chapter and a half? Is it two chapters? Is it one chapter? I guess it just depends on the manga itself, right?
Yeah, it all depends on how the manga is and how it's structured too, as well. Because some mangas will be kind of structured differently to where they're just like 6 pages
Mm-hmm.
of like 4 panels, or they're just like 12 pages in depth panels. Some of them get into the chibi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But so Viz Manga has Komi Can't Communicate. It's
Mm-hmm.
got Zom 100. It's got My Last
Loved it.
Story. It's got a bunch of different ones. Take you download it, get your subscription, super cheap, guys,
Okay.
and you
Okay.
got all the manga you can read.
I might do it. I might have to do it just so that I know because I'm so lost, Joe and Joel. I'm so lost on the whole world. I still don't. I picked up one of these one time. I forget where I was, and I opened it up and I started looking. I'm like, what am I looking at here? And it was the back of the book because it opens the other way.
Started at the end.
It was upside down and backwards. I was like, I'm lost. I'm lost. How do I read this? Do I have to stand on my head to read it? I don't know.
Well, we'll tell you. They'll tell you how to read it. Like when you swipe, if you swipe the wrong way, it'll tell you, "Hey, wrong way, go the other way."
Oh, on the
So
actual
it'll guide you.
the digital form. Okay, okay.
Yeah, digital
Walk me
form will
through it.
guide you.
Walk me through it.
Walk me through it, Daddy.
Yeah. Bring it
We
back,
gotta make
Joanne.
that a shirt, man.
I'm gonna make that a shirt, dude. Walk me through it, Daddy.
Walk me
Jet.
through it, Daddy. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. We have come to the conclusion of our episode. And like I said, it is the week of Valentine's. So if you're looking for a little rom com love stuff to watch with your loved one, give this one a shot. Go to Crunchyroll, look it up. It's got subbed and dubbed. But if you really love them, you'll watch it in subbed.
Whoa, Joe! How dare you? In front of my face?
In your
In front of my face, Joe
face.
Angel? In front of my
Hey,
ears?
so okay, quick before we go off, one thing: Crunchyroll doesn't have the dub on there; it only has the sub.
Interesting. Huh.
Hulu has both dubbed and subbed,
Yeah, yeah.
but for some
That's
reason, like Crunchyroll doesn't only has the sub on there. I don't know
You
why.
know, I look on Hulu first just because I'm
Yeah,
like, this is easier for me to navigate on my Hulu. And then if I can't find it there, then I move to the Crunchyroll. So
yeah,
interesting, interesting. Why would they
yeah.
not?
I don't know,
Even
man.
even Crunchyroll's like, boo, we don't
Boo.
like that. Sub
Yeah,
only. What do they
but
know?
but yeah, yeah. So if you want to watch it in dub, go over to Hulu. It's got it in dub. But if you want to watch the sub, you go to Crunchyroll and watch it there,
The way you're supposed to.
the way you're supposed to, the way it was meant to be.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
It's like macaroons. If you mess it up, you won't get
If you get a terrible one, you'll have a bad opinion about it.
it. All right, guys. Well, as always, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Anime Me Pod, where we upload clips of our upcoming episodes and post stuff about what we're coming up with for the next year. And as always, leave us a comment. Let us know what you would like us to watch. If you got any recommendations, and get us some movie recommendations, guys, because we want to get some more movies in this year.
Yeah.
Yep, we are. With that, have a happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Liz.
Peace.